Rogier van der Weyden was a Dutch painter who lived in the 15th century. Although his life was generally uneventful, he was highly successful and internationally famous during his lifetime. However, this fame only lasted up until the 17th century, and largely due to changing tastes, he was almost completely forgotten by the mid-18th century. His reputation was slowly rebuilt during the following 200 years. Today he is regarded as one of the most influential painters of the 15th century. He is known as one of the three great early Flemish artists, the others being Jan van Eyck and Robert Campin. Van der Weyden worked from life models, yet he often idealised certain elements of his models' facial features, and they are typically statuesque. Weyden used an unusually broad range of colours and varied tones. In his finest works, the same tone is not repeated in any other area of the canvas. Even the whites are varied. Weyden painted many beautiful works of art through his lifetime. This painting, called The Descent from the Cross, is generally regarded as his masterpiece. It was painted early in his career, shortly after he completed his apprenticeship with Robert Campin. Art historians have commented that this work was arguably the most influential Netherlandish painting of Christ's crucifixion. This is a triptych, which is a work of art that is divided into three sections. This particular piece is called the Middelburg Altar and depicts the arrival of Christ on earth. This triptych is called the Altar of St. John. It is my personal favourite piece of Weyden's artwork, and one of my favourite pieces of artwork ever made by any artist. This painting is called the Magdalene Reading. It shows a woman with pale skin, high cheekbones and oval eyelids, typical of the idealised portraits of noble women of the period. She is identifiable as the Magdalene from the jar of ointment placed in the foreground, which is her traditional attribute in Christian art. She is presented as completely absorbed in her reading, a model of the contemplative life, repentant and absolved of past sins. This painting is called The Dream of Pope Sergius. Set in Rome, we peer through a cutaway wall at Pope Sergius, who is dreaming. We see that an angel is visiting him in his dream. The detail is once again astounding. Notice the small figure of a woman washing her laundry in the Tiber River. Outside of the room we can see Pope Sergius again, leading two others in a small procession. And in the top left corner we can see him again. Weyden has told a story within one image. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this short educational video.